Hello everyone, warm welcome to your decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. It's Friday and today we are going to talk about all the financial news, business news which we may be running off from. So I know a lot of women who run away from financial news and business newspaper, and the intention of these decodings is to help women learn that it is easy, it's not rocket science, and anybody can take charge of their finances. Okay, so that's the intention of these decodings of the business paper. And just a little bit about me. So if you don't know me, you're here for the first time, then I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth. And what we do at Women on Wealth is we help women take charge of their finances. So we are into financial education. We are not a financial advisory firm. We are a community that's committed to financial education for women because we believe that when we empower women with financial education, we actually enable them to make intelligent financial investments. So that's the purpose. Okay, good morning everyone. Thanks for acknowledging that you are here. Balvinder, Prerna, welcome. Anybody who is here, please acknowledge your presence. I want to say one thing that it's Diwali. And it's so easy for each one of us to say, okay, it's Diwali, let's take a break. But actually, intelligent investors, people who are committed to their financial success, what are we taking a break from? We're taking a break from our financial success, from our commitment to financial success? Not really. Can we? So I acknowledge each one of you who's made it today, despite all the festivities and the celebrations around. It demonstrates, and actually you're demonstrating a commitment to work on your money life, and that commitment is extraordinary. Otherwise, you won't be here. Just a day before Diwali, right? Hey Pragati, welcome. So on this note, guys, let's begin with Economic Times. And today Economic Times looks as beautiful as always. So let's see. Hi, one of you has joined from Women on Wealth. Hital, is that you, or Hira, is that you? Okay. So, the first article that I today want to talk about is on page number 11 of the Economic Times today. And it is on inflation. I've been continuously talking about inflation here on our page in our lives, and today I want to reiterate why we're doing that. So guys, retail inflation in October 2020 rose to 77 months high. So 77 months high. Okay. And it is at 7.61%. So inflation at 77-month high, it is at 7.61% for October 2020. The previous high to this was in May in 2014. So it's quite high in inflation, which has come after a long time, like I said, 77 months. And if we are knowledgeable investors, we are intelligent investors, then our intention is to beat this high inflation too. Because if we don't beat it, then we are going to work for the rest of our lives. Because what's happening when we are not beating inflation, when we are not generating, what does beating inflation means? When we are not generating a return which is over and above the inflation rate, what's happening is the purchasing power of our money is reducing. And if the purchasing power keeps reducing, then what's happening? We're going to end up losing more money. We're going to end up losing to purchasing power, which is reducing, and which means we're going to work for the rest of our lives, which means none of us can really retire. And well, I mean, we all need to retire at some point. So it just can't be that we don't retire in our lives. Okay. So 7.61% is the inflation rate, and what we all need to constantly work towards. If you are our new investors, then you got to be at it. Because to beat 7.61% with your investments, especially equities, because nothing else can really beat this. It can be equities, it can be properties, or running your own businesses. These are the top 3 ways through which you're going to beat this inflation. None of the government-backed schemes, none of the so-called safe schemes will save you from inflation. So it's critical that if we are looking at equities, businesses, properties, then we are going to stay invested for a long term, because none of these investments will beat inflation in the short run. But if you stick to it, it's going to go far beyond inflation. It's going to give you returns which are far beyond inflation. And in our community, guys, if you are in our inner circle, then you already know women who are generating a 40 and even 100% return on their investments, equities. So that's the key. Okay. So I want to know, each one of you, how much is the retail inflation rate, everyone? I want to make sure you're listening, okay? You're being conscious. Because then only can you make a difference to your money life. Who goes first? Okay, hi Hira. Yes, Vinita, oh God, yes. So I want to know, how much is the inflation rate, everyone? I want to make sure nobody's sleeping while listening. Puneet, good morning. Start typing, guys. How much is the inflation rate for October? Absolutely, 7.61%. So Hira has made it. Archana, yes, absolutely. Hi Anandita, hey Bina. So guys, food inflation was driven by inflation in vegetables. So food inflation also is at its peak, and basically the food inflation is driven by the inflation in vegetable prices, and that's 22.51%. That's food inflation. And this is 22.51% in October, and last month, which was September, it was 20.73%. So 20.73 in comparison to 22.51%. So food inflation has also gone pretty high. Okay. Inflation in pulses rose 18.34% from 14.67%. While that in meat and fish rose 18.7% in October, compared with a 17.6% rise in September. So from 14 to 18 is the inflation in prices, 17 to 18 in meat and fish. And this is all September to October is what we are comparing. Clothing and footwear inflation was 3.17%, 3.17% compared to 3.04%. So that's about inflation, guys. Okay, and it's critical that you be at the top of what the inflation rate is, so that constantly you can be on your journey to your financial growth. Okay, let's go next. So now that we know about inflation, because I don't know how many of you really looked up the Economic Times today and you kind of looked at the inflation news. Anybody here, or any other business newspaper that you picked and you focused on reading through, going through, thinking through the inflation? Just say me. I want to know who is making sure that they know enough about the economy to be making the right decisions. Because guys, it's critical that, you know, if you want to be intelligent investors, then you need to be on the top of what's happening in the economy. I'm sure all of us can't be on the top of everything, but yeah, somewhat, little bit, at least this kind of critical information we need to know. Okay, none of you kind of looked at inflation. So guys, this is critical. All of you need to be looking at it. Great. We have Ekta who's saying she's been looking at it. Great, Ekta. Good one. Proud of you. Okay. Keep doing this because this is critical. Let's go to the next part. So our stock market is like kind of, it is breaking another record because highest monthly foreign portfolio investments have come in this November. So it's set to record highest monthly FPI flow. So that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to read through. You already know that the stock market has been moving up, touching the record highs, and it is contributed a lot by all these foreign portfolio investments. So Indian equities are poised to receive the highest portfolio inflows in a month in November, led by an increase in the country's weighting on MSCI indexes. So guys, don't complicate this for yourself, but what you need to know is that foreign portfolio investors, they have already pumped in 28,795 crore rupees into stocks so far in November. So you may want to look at this. 28,795 crores already pumped into our market, and another 30,000 crore is expected from overseas passive funds by the month end. So they will buy more stocks to align their holdings, and the highest that overseas investors have ever pumped into the Indian stocks in a month has been 45,727 crore. So till this date, 45,000 crores have entered the market at max in a month, and this month it's going to hit a record high because we've already attracted 25,000 crores, 28,000 crores, and according to Economic Times, this report, another 30,000 crores are coming. So this might be, another push to the Indian stock market, because whenever foreign investments go up, then the market rises too. Like we've been talking about how foreign investments, overseas investments, like kind of help boost the stock market. No specific sectors or companies are written here as of now, Balwinder. So guys, this is one critical news that all of you need to look at, because sometimes we feel okay, it's quite high, we may not want to invest, but like we keep saying in our online financial training and coaching programs, that we all need to just keep investing as new investors month on month. So we need to follow that SIP model and be systematic at it no matter what. Another news that that's quite related to this is the Goldman Sachs, okay, and these are global brokerages. Goldman Sachs and Nomura, they have raised the target for Nifty. So it was 12,691, like this is what it has closed on Thursday. And Nomura's new target of 13,640 is about 7.5% away from where the Nifty closed yesterday. So what we are saying, that the new target that Goldman Sachs has given to Nifty is 14,100. So these also give you direction on where these brokerage firms are seeing that our market will go. So if Goldman Sachs is saying 14,100, we are at say 12,691 as far as yesterday is concerned. So it's quite a positive news for the stock investors. Well, nobody knows the future, just because they are saying is no guarantee that this will happen, but at least as investors, as retail investors, this gives us direction. So Indian equities are most positively sensitive to the improving prospects of a vaccine, and so we expect a catch up given the positive news flow on the vaccine front. This is said by the brokerage firm Goldman Sachs. More importantly, on the fundamental side, the domestic macro recovery is underway as suggested by pickup in high frequency activity data points. So if you see a lot more cars are being sold, there is good Q2 results have been demonstrated. So now that's the key. When good Q2 results have come in, coronavirus vaccine is coming, that's good news too. Foreign portfolio money is coming in. So all of this is building the momentum in the market right now. So that's what the analysis in the market is. How many of you here are stock investors, guys? Could you say me if you are a stock investor here? Like when I say a stock investor, I don't mean speculating. What I mean is like you research and you do your own analysis and then you invest. So let's hear from some of you who are our stock investors or you are knowledgeable investors, and what's the next step for you? That's what I want to know given the inflation, the foreign investments. Balwinder, yes. Balwinder is one of our old investors, guys. Anybody else here? Or everybody is in the Diwali mood? Okay, Archana. Got you. So Archana and Balwinder, start writing. What are you getting? How are you going to use this information for your investment journey? Inflation at 7.61%. Foreign portfolio investors plugging in more money. Better Q2 results showing up from many companies. And Goldman Sachs and other brokerage firms saying, raising the target for Nifty. What is this informing you? Hey Divya, glad to know you are a stock investor too. And that too a knowledgeable investor. Okay, Balwinder is sharing that she is ready for her Muhurat trading shopping tomorrow. Yes, that's happening tomorrow evening, Balwinder. All of us are ready for the Muhurat trading. Absolutely. And I'm sure you've done something on Dhanteras yesterday. Start typing, guys. What are the actions that show up for you given today's information? Okay, you're going to increase your investments in stocks, Archana. That's the action. Pragati is sharing she's learning and will invest. Ekta is sharing she'll invest more in stocks. Okay, Ekta, only after learning. Okay, only with knowledge, intelligence, no speculation here. What's Muhurat trading? So the stock market will open in the evening, Vinita, and on the Diwali day it opens for barely 45 minutes, 1 hour. And it will open and investors have the opportunity to buy or sell stocks on the Diwali day. So it's welcoming the Lakshmi through stocks. It's like that, Vinita. Yes, Ekta. Currently, okay, Ekta is going to currently invest through mutual funds. Great, Ekta. So guys, that's today for today's decoding. Okay, Balwinder has written something beautiful. She's saying to beat the inflation, I've already added mutual fund in my portfolio. And on Dhanteras, I invested in silver coins and I'm adding more shares of companies that I've studied. Great, Balwinder. Absolutely. So guys, happy Choti Diwali, happy Badi Diwali. Enjoy, be the Lakshmi that you want to be and awaken the inner Lakshmi within you and build that knowledge through financial education, invest and loads of money and abundance your way this Diwali. So on that note, guys, I close today's decoding. Thank you for showing up. Demonstrated by being here today, you demonstrated your commitment to your financial growth and wealth creation journey. Enjoy the celebrations, and we meet again soon on Tuesday. Loads of love. Take charge. Stay safe.